holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till He appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born, oh, night divine, oh, night divine. Truly He taught us to love one another. His law is love, and His gospel is peace. Chains shall He break, for the slave is our brother, and in His name all oppression shall cease. Sweet hymns of joy in grateful chorus raise we with all our heart. We praise His holy name. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, oh, night divine, oh, night,
Welcome to Through a Glass Darkly. This is not the radio show. This is just the monthly, once a month kind of get together with folks who enjoy watching the channel. It's a much smaller group. As normal, I have no kind of preset things other than kind of these weirdo things. So welcome everybody. Sometimes we talk about channel news, kind of upcoming episodes, Q&A. But other than that, it's just a kind of a brief 1 hour hangout, and that's about it. And then I gotta record some remote viewing debrief after this, so I have a hard stop. Let's see who's here. Hey, Sally, fourth alone, and yeah, the music was kind of. Those were like the best holiday songs or Christmas songs that I could find that kind of fit the channel's vibe, and they don't exactly fit the channel's vibe. Maybe the Sugar Plum song does a little bit, but let's see. Are you saying gutsy? Gitsy? Oh, Nathaniel's totally fine. He basically just asked me to remove his name from the title. Because which I did. It's fine. But he's totally fine. Hey, Tim. Glad you're painting. It's always art is always a good thing. I keep seeing and hearing owls kind of constantly, so that's good. I wonder if I didn't upload this, but I could probably play it. Let's see if you can all actually hear it if I play it. Hold on. This is a few nights. Well, I'll be able to tell you the exact time if I can ever find the dang file. Oops. Maybe it's this one. I don't know. We'll find out. We will find out. Now, of course, it decided to play on my headphones, of course. So let me see if I can just. If there's any way I can send this. This is not super efficient here. Oh boy, don't want to send to that. Okay. Yeah, no, sorry, I was muted. I forgot to do something else too. But let's see. Where was I? Okay. I was gonna hear about it when it gets here. Yeah, I mean, I heard them last night too. They were like super loud. I went outside. And they were just two of them were just chatting back and forth. So yeah, no, I got it. I got it. It was less to mute myself and more to mute what was going on in the background. Let's see. This is killing me. Why is this taking so long? It's like every Gmail account I have open is the wrong Gmail account. There we go. All right, let's just see if this works. Bear with me, folks. I'm just like trying to, and then I have to delete something to add something, of course.
Unknown caller.
Sorry, some asshole called me and basically flushed out all my hearing. Unreal. Sorry. Okay, where is this? I'll be amazed if this works. All right, here we go. I can't control it, so it's kind of like. There's two of them. Hey, Crazy Cow. Good to see you. I have owls playing in the background. Hey, how you doing, my friend? People were asking about you. They were worried about you. I told everybody you were fine. Hey, how you doing, Logan? Good to see you as always. Yeah, it's very rare to see a pair of them too. I've only seen a pair of them once in my life. So Logan said saw a pair of horned owls Tuesday morning. They do this almost every night. It's like the male talking to the female. That's if you've never heard a great horned owl, that's what two of them sound like. They sound a lot louder in person. All right, I think I got to the end of that. So anyway, for what it's worth, fantastic. Also, if you haven't checked out my Substack, you can subscribe. You don't have to pay anything. I just put the payment stuff on archive. Like, so every month they just expire, they just go into the archive. So, but definitely check it out. It's called Along the Path Darkly. And I just basically, it's more just a, for lack of a better word, it's more of a dream journal plus owl synchronicity channel. That's basically kind of the stuff I write about. So, whoa. Oh boy. I don't know if you're serious or not. Let's see. Oh yeah, I missed a bunch of things. I'm like going backward. So, yep, okay, this is where I stopped. Yeah, so all is well. All is well with Nathaniel. Let's see. All right, I'm put that. Oh yeah. Yeah, those things are. I think we have them too. I've just never seen one. But Sally Forth is alone is saying, I hear screech owls in my backyard sometimes. Scared me the first time. Thought it was a horse ghost. Yeah, yeah. I think we have them too because there's like something I hear at night that's just like it just like screeches. It sounds like a wailing banshee, basically. So I think it's a screech owl. Seriously? Oh man. You're talking about the instead of saying the words uh, like seaman first class, whatever, uh it sounds like I guess you could call that an incubus, maybe would be the less charged, let's call it, language for that. I mean, if Nathaniel's still on, he could probably just pipe in and answer. But yikes! Yeah, I've been having. By the way, based on what Mark Stavish said, is that people tend to dream more as the moon waxes. So, like a full moon, they'll tend to have the most dreams, etc. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not the band either. Oh boy. Yeah. So the reason I was talking about the Substack is I've had some weird dreams lately. One of them was there's one I didn't even write about because I didn't even know what it was about. It was just something about yellow, and it had like if you're all familiar with I think it's Robert Chambers, maybe. He was like like late 19th century writer. He wrote something called The King in Yellow. It had like that feel. So The King in Yellow is a story about this this play that and stepping all the way back, if you've seen the first episode of True Detective, when they talk about Carcosa and stuff like that, that came from Robert Chambers. So he wrote this series of stories. Like one of them's called like The Repairer of Reputations and stuff like that. But it's super creepy. There's this play, and people who attend the play, when they lead, like they go mad. Like the play leads to madness. Uh, so it's an like awesome concept. It's one of my, I discovered it a little bit later in life, but highly recommend The King in Yellow. And there's something about the Yellow King and you know a place called Carcosa, Sweet Carcosa. It's some dark stuff, but highly recommend. Um, I did briefly look into Nathan Reynolds, but I haven't followed up. That's definitely on me. I've been busy later. Yeah. It's again, he's like older than he's like not not as old as Ambrose Bierce, who also that'll take you down a rabbit hole if you follow that guy. Let's see. Yeah, so Logan Clark says just talk about the incubus slash succubus. It seemed harmless, and then her face turned dark and her eyes turned red. It was definitely a dream state. Yikes! Your technology, you don't have to apologize. Crazy Cal too. You don't have to apologize. I just appreciate you being here. Um, so, hey Nathaniel, if you want to come on, you're welcome to come on. I know you're in a you're doing better. That's up to you. It's a invite anytime. Just just ping me in the comments and then I can send you the link if you're in. Actually, I'll just send you the link. You don't hold on. Oh yeah, you don't want that would be good content. What's in Nathaniel Gillis's shopping cart? But no, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we don't want to do that. We do not want to. We do not want to. It's like how many Mickeys did you buy today? I'm kidding. You don't drink Mickeys. Yeah. So Tim Beck says True Detective season 1 was solid storytelling. Carcosa, CP, elite rituals. Yeah, and the more you read about that stuff, the more you kind of realize there's a little bit of Thomas Ligotti in that too, and and then Laird Barron, who we've interviewed here. The whole time is a flat circle was basically ripped right from Laird Barron. So, who read my mind? Oh, well, yeah, chicken wings, lots of chicken wings. Right, chicken wings and Doritos. The usual. Chicken wings are good though. At some point, I think Nathaniel and I are going to record a video where we just destroy chicken wings. Just like a solid hour of Nathaniel Gillis and I just destroying chicken wings. If I was a raw Iron Cross, what aisle would I be on? Nathaniel Gillis. Yeah. Yeah. It's like it's telepathy. He gets me. He gets me. And so, well, I mean, he's here, so he knows I'm going to extend the invitation as soon as I see him. I'm like, he's welcome. He's always welcome. Except on like Saturday nights, I gotta vet him a little bit better on Saturday nights. But that's it. Let's see. I still don't know what the heck I'm talking about today. And we're 18 minutes in, which is fantastic. You guys are helping me out. So anyway, I'm trying to think what like random like boring stuff I'm doing for the channel. So I'm starting to like get more serious about backing everything up. So I was backing everything up, but it was only like it was on a series of 5 terabyte drives, external disk drives that I've been keeping since the beginning. But I finally decided to use, proceeds from what I've been, what I make and all of my side businesses as well as this to buy a 20 terabyte drive. So I have, 2 copies of everything so far. And then I decided to pay Google an obscene amount per month to upload or to get 15 terabytes of backup drive. So I have a third in the cloud. And it's been 2 days and I'm still 2 terabytes in. So, and I have 10 terabytes of data. So yeah, but it's good to have a, to be more serious about that stuff. Oh, I have been completely out of the loop, but Logan is saying, talk about Rubio reneging on his UAP knowledge. Well, because he was in the disclosure narrative movie. I say narrative because it's narrative control, clearly. So I haven't even watched it. So Robbie Young, have I read Birthright by Timothy Alberino? I was curious if you have researched the connection made between actual physical planets, stars, and angelic beings. I have not. My experience with Timothy Alberino, I once kind of invited him to come on the show. I just sent him an email, no response. Okay, so that's normal for some people, but that's fine. But the moment you say something on Twitter that is just objectively stupid, I can't. I just can't. So, and here's precisely, or not precisely, because I don't. In regard to the drones, he tried to kind of argue that they were another state actor, the drones of another state actor. Which, if you have any knowledge of like basic geopolitics, just no. That's like official intelligence community narrative control. Like I have I know people who I believe are kind of tied to the intelligence community, not necessarily U.S. intelligence community, but and they're good people. But when they start pushing things like that, you know it's narrative control because there's just no where's the plant that they produce these things, right? If they have these things, why aren't the Russians dominating? Or why didn't the Russians dominate in Ukraine? Because they're kind of dominating now, but why didn't they dominate in Ukraine in the first year or so with these super secret squirrel drones? It's because they don't have them. They're not. So when somebody of that kind of profile falls for that, or even worse, is part of one of the signal chats and is fed that and repeats it, that in my opinion, there's no like I can't take somebody like that seriously. I just can't. Um, and yeah, I'm sure he's a great guy. I'm sure he has some interesting work, but that killed it for me. Like it's just and it was with such certainty and like I'm like, come on, man. Just think a little bit. So anyway, but so long story short, I have not read that book. So let's see. Currently reading up on the Anakim. Spiritual ascension. I know damn well that Nathaniel will know who the Anakim are, but can you remind me what they are? And Crazy Cal is saying, I've been thinking about getting iron myself. You know how you get iron? You eat a lot of steak. That's probably why I don't have, like, nothing messes with me, because I'm probably, like, loaded with iron. So Logan Clark says, I have a cast iron skillet I found in a dumpster. $10 plus shipping. It's yours, like new condition. Hey, good to see you, Angela Cullum. Just popping in to say hello, and everyone's doing well. Okay, Crazy Cow says, I have one cast iron skillet that I bought at Goodwill, looking for stuff I can hang on the walls. Not Logan dumpster diving. Logan says, I'm a garbage man. I like to call it upcycling. I call it upcycling. Very nice. Yeah, Anakim Skywalker. So Robbie Young writes, I asked about that book because he also makes the connection of things happened on Mars that Brandenburg states about a war long ago. Yeah, I think Brandenburg's work is legit because he's the only other thing it could have been that we know of is a supernova, which if it were a supernova, we wouldn't be here right now. That could have caused the kind of isotopic ratios on Mars of like argon and krypton. Yeah, cheers, Robbie. But yeah, if he covers that in his book, then chances are that if it matches the Brandenburg thing, then there's probably some legitimacy to it. So, but that stuff's never coming out because it's so weird. And then I think so. What happened with Rubio? Can somebody tell me that he just disavowed that any of this stuff was real? Oh, pumpkin pie. Just not even close. Pumpkin pie. Next question. Do I look like a pecan man to you? I mean, I was born in like the autumn. It's got to be pumpkins. It's a pecan. Correct answer. That's right. That's right. That's right. All right. Although I'm not like I don't know what the deal is with pumpkin spice lattes or whatever. I guess they're okay, but I don't kind of go out of my way to get them. Essay disgusts. What does that mean? Oh, Crazy Cal 2 says, I wish I could eat steak. That's a little too expensive for me at the moment. I'm cooking everything in cast iron when I can. Yeah, it's extremely expensive where I am. At one point, it was $32 a pound. and I have no idea what's driving this nonsense. Hey, Mermaid Moxie. It says, greetings from Texas. Just got done watching the Nathaniel interview. It was fabulous. Nathaniel is fabulous. And just don't, use a different word than fabulous. It sounds a little bit, Oh, I missed it. Hold on. Why did I not see that? I'm going through it and looking at it. Well, I caught it this time. So we got it. So the fall are the fallen ones. Interesting. Nathaniel is thanking the mermaid while he's in the chocolate cookie aisle right now. Okay. Liver and eggs and pumpkin seeds for vitamin N? Minerals. What? Affordable. Eggs, liver, I don't know. I don't know. Liver, I'm a little, ugh. Okay, so here we go. Back to Rubio. So Logan Clark says Rubio said the age of disclosure was cleverly edited. He has no direct knowledge other than things people have told him. He said these people could be crazy, liars, or telling the truth. We're all the above. Who knows? So Daniel Willie 12 is saying the only thing that can be determined about Mars is that it's a light emitting luminary. People don't fight wars on tiny flecks of light in the sky. I don't know. I mean, we have sent probes and all that stuff, so it would have to be a massive psyop if it's not there. But who knows? I mean, but they've lied about it to us about literally everything. So who knows what one can believe at this point? Oh, does he? Yeah, he probably has a reason to be. A lot of weird stuff. Probably somebody's trying to keep him quiet. Shut him up. Let's see how everything's going. Yeah, your interview's doing pretty well, Nathaniel. So far. Let's see. Just trying to see what date it is. We're on the 3rd. Yeah, I've seen that. That's pretty funny. So Logan Clark says, have you seen the video of Buzz Aldrin punching that guy in the face? Yes, it is very, very funny. Basically, he said that Buzz Aldrin never went to the moon. Which, I don't know if I would go up and tell it. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Oh boy, let's see. Okay. Yeah, proud to be an American. I have a strict policy against eating fish bait. Okay, Spiritual Ascension says Buzz has openly admitted to not going to the moon many times. Really? Okay, Buzz also posted, Mermaid Moxie saying Buzz also posted the evil in Antarctica, but it was soon deleted and denied. Yeah, so why would he? Yeah, that's a good point. Buzz Aldrin said, so why would he be punching people for it, basically, or slogging people for it? Okay, so Tim Beck is saying the underlying aim was not to win the war, but to use conflict to create a constant state of destabilized perception in order to manage and control. Vladislav Sergov. That also sounds a lot like 1984, something that like Orwell would say in 1984. So Logan Clark says, I have no dog in the fight. I'm just pro senior citizens defending themselves. Oh boy. Oh boy. What else we got going on? Yeah, like more people than I normally get on one of these, because this is just there's like no point to this stream. It's just here to say hi, answer questions, all that good stuff. Let me see. I'm just going to put this below, as one does, because why not? Okay. Yep, that is the point. Yeah, my son got in trouble again at school for being bossy, apparently. Yeah, it's like Seinfeld. Only Seinfeld is funnier. This is not funny. Or I don't know. Maybe it is funny. It's like Seinfeld. It's like Seinfeld, a show about nothing. Correct. This is a show. Tonight is a show about nothing. Nothing prepared, nothing rendered, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Kids just don't listen anymore. That's correct. Exactly. He definitely gets that from his mother. She's always telling me what to do. Yeah, thank you, Mermaid Moxie. Merry Christmas to all. Nice to hang out with you all. Yeah, that's why I had the music was a little bit off vibe coming in. I'll play more normal music on the tail end, but and this is still early for kind of the Christmas sort of vibe, but kind of why not? Why not? Let's see. The December Festivus for the rest of us live stream. Yes. It's just like the pagan winter solstice ritual or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. See, I read your mind, Logan, before you said anything. Festivus for the rest of us. So, exactly. Apparently, Christmas. Well, actually, no, I don't know that yet. I don't know that yet. Did I? I think I did that. Yeah, I think I can say it. The remote viewing thing that we did last week, they saw like Christmas sales being down. So Tim Beck says Surkov was an avant-garde theatrical artist, Dada surreal for Putin. Their version of COINTELPRO, definitely 1984. Very nice. Randall Mars, never too early. Our tree is up and decorated. We're not there yet. But I always do this like on the first Wednesday of every month. That's why it's December, so I have to have the Christmas theme. I don't celebrate such nonsense, is what Spiritual Ascension is saying. Sorry, it's just, tradition. Sometimes doing things for tradition is fun, it's enjoyable. So, oh, brother. What else we got going on? Any other crazy stuff? Are we still seeing a drone wave, or is that calmed down again? It's pissing the fan bam off this year. Let's see. I love the pretty lights. Yes. I love the snow, even though I live in a place that it doesn't snow in winter. Although I live close enough, maybe within 3 hours, to a place where it does snow. So, which is nice. That's the nice thing about Northern California. Although I never learned how to properly ski. I've cross country skied once, which was wonderful when it's flat, when it's going, and wonderful when it's uphill. But going downhill is not so fun. Someone give SA a whiskey eggnog stat. Oh boy. Okay, I bought a new telescope, a Mach 60. I need to learn how to use it. That's actually a pretty good fast Mama Gemma. That's a pretty good thing. I've always wanted to get one too. And then, but I want to figure out how to kind of put the stuff on video. So, oh boy. Apparently, the Swedish health minister collapsed on her first day. Oh boy. Airing of grievances, fest to fest, fisticuffs. Interesting. Yeah, according to ChatGPT, yes, drones are still present and active in Europe. Thanks, Mermaid Moxie. It's like regular nog, but they use eggs. Never had nog either. I may have in the past. Yeah, but eggnog, I don't think it's an American thing. I think it's like a British thing. And then we just copied it. Okay, so Fast Mama Jamma said, get the SV205 eyepiece. I bought the SV105, could be better. Oh, you got to tell me. You got to tell me more. This is breaking news. So Philip Blair said, I came up on the KERP podcast today. This is so surreal, these things. Please do say more, because now I'm focused now on this comment. Okay, so just going back, it's 27 degrees Fahrenheit here in Paju. That's somewhere in Korea. It's supposed to snow perhaps later today. I didn't have this issue growing up in Florida. My wife is talking way too loud, and you could probably all hear her. I didn't have this issue growing up in Florida. It's freaking cold, and I'm still not used to this weather since I've moved here. Haven't you heard of like Chosin? Like the Battle of Chosin? Like, talk about cold. Randall Mars said our tree is up all year. It goes with the seasons: Christmas, Valentine's, my wife's birthday, winter, spring, and Halloween. Different decorations for each. Oh, is that so? Giorgiani was derping with KERP. Yeah, I do. I do too. Hey, Claire. Yeah. They're all saying hi to you. Telling them to be quiet. No, I'm all the people who hear you. Sorry. The rambunctious one. I can't put a kid on camera because I'm sure I'll be like breaking some YouTube violation. So interesting. So Fast Mama just says I'm going to my first UFO meetup on Sunday. Oh, so okay. I love how I'm getting like part of these things. So KERP mentioned Glass Darkly, trying to remember my name. Giorgiani said Sean Patrick. Yeah. Giorgiani, when I reached out to him, he's like, yeah, I'm aware of your podcast. Like, so he probably watches it too. Giorgiani's a good dude. I owe him. I owe him for that one. Yeah, I'm probably in the doghouse, but yeah, Chosen. I think I have Paju is 6 miles from the DMZ. It's northwest of Seoul. I think like 25 miles from downtown Seoul, something like that. Let's see what else. Yeah, Gianni has an interesting view of the. Yeah, he says there's a faction in there that are, remnants of the Third Reich, basically. Spiritual Sunshine said, "Did you see the changes getting passed for insurance companies to give?" I'm not saying those two words. Like a 400. Yeah, there's something really diabolical going on in the background. Like they're trying to push, um, what's the word for it? Post-humanism, right? I'm not implying that people in those groups are non-human or anything like that. I'm just saying this like kind of twisting their humanity, adopting whatever role that they feel like body, like other types of body mutilation, right? It's almost like they're just forcing us to separate mind from body so that you know much darker horrors come along, right? With people like chopping off their torso and like putting treads there, just weird transhumanistic things. So did you see? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like Kerp too. He's pretty funny. So does Nathaniel, but I'll let Nathaniel can share his stories whenever he wants. I'm not gonna say anything on behalf, but lots of like that whole link. There's like just surreal. It's just all surreal. He sighs and he gets feisty. Yes, yeah, he's a brilliant guy. I need to when he's because I think he lives in Southern California. So at some point I need to have dinner with him or something. Same thing with Nathaniel, but Nathaniel lives back like too far away. I was looking at the history. Interesting. Yes, Sean, accepting a false identity to save a couple hundred. Yep, cyborg humans. Yeah, that's what they're prepping people for, right? They're kind of normalizing. And I'm not picking on that particular category. It's just it's changing one's biology to conform to a different notion that's in their head. No judgment on it, but once you start going down that path, you can slowly integrate things that are extremely radical, right? So, and I mean like extremely radical in the sense that you're, cutting off arms and replacing them with mechanical things, altering your limbs so you're more wolf-like, who knows, all sorts of crazy things. Yeah, that's Rachel's eyes, right? That was a good one. Yeah. Hypernormalization, permissibility. Yep. $400 is $400. Can I say I identify, or do I need to get it whacked off? Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. Men who do that to themselves are far braver men than me. I'm just going to put it out there. That's something that I couldn't even conceive of. It takes some bravery to do that. I'm trying to. So, are you going to have Lynn Buchanan back on anytime soon? I'd love to hear from him about the hybrids he encountered if he's willing to talk about it, since Johnny brought it up on some podcast. Yeah, I'm trying to get him and David Morehouse back on. And Lynn Buchanan's game for any time. I feel like I've exhausted all his stories, and all his experiences, but it's just hard to get Morehouse on. It's just like there's back and forth and then quiet, and so I'll get there. That's how they get yay money. You're late. That's where you are, Gray Al. You're late. Yeah. See, now everybody's going to turn on you. They're how dare you be late, Alish? So Mermaid Moxie said, I read the Rachel Ives book on Linda Moulton Howe's recommendation. It made me curious about the Men in Black. And then Nimza, How Americans Sold Its Soul by Walter Bosley is about the Trojan horse role of Operation Paperclip. Yeah. I think we were talking about my wife earlier. I think her grandparents on her mother's side were, not were. Her grandfather on her mother's side was involved in the precursor to Paperclip. And we only recently found that out in the last 3 years because my mother-in-law discovered his military record. He was in the Army, but he worked for it's like the Combined Intelligence Operations Subcommittee or something like that, CIOS, which was a joint American-British operation to round up like technical work from the Germans in World War II. And then he married a woman. They both got their PhDs at, he got his PhD in economics at Harvard. And I think she got her PhD in economics at Radcliffe, which is at the time, Harvard was the men's place and Radcliffe was where the women kind of went. But she was an expert on Argentina, which is kind of interesting. And she was also in the OSS. She worked for Wild Bill Donovan. Look that guy up. That guy had a crazy career. He led a regiment in like Siberia during the Russian Civil War, an American regiment. You don't hear about that in the history books, but he did. It's crazy, crazy stuff. Let's see. So Gray Owl writes, hey, Sean, I heard at long last an example of Mandela effect that is true and dear to the Gray Owl art and history. Interesting. Okay, so Fast Mama Gemmas is saying they should remote view Project Monarch in New York. There's a labyrinth in New York with wolves. Interesting. Okay, one of the all-time classics, the classics, The Portrait of Dorian Gray by Wilde. Did you get the memo that all known copies... Hold on. Picture of Dorian Gray on the title, including my numerous copies. Weird. Huh. What it used to be called? Oh, The Portrait of Dorian Gray. Yeah, that's what I thought it was called, The Portrait of Dorian Gray, not The Picture of Dorian Gray. Are you serious? That's what is now on all the titles? I'm pretty sure it was The Portrait of Dorian Gray. So, which is an amazing story, which is basically this guy kind of transfers his, like the portrait ages, but he doesn't. But if you destroy the portrait, you can figure out what happens. So Putin is taking a bunch of Ukrainian kids. It would be for deep state. Oh boy. Yeah, she wrote a book on it. If you look up Isabel Rennie, it's Ysabel. She would attend dinner parties with Borjas, which is he's like a famous surrealist, or real magic or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. It's a kind of magical realism. It's a literary style. So I would love to have Dan Aykroyd on the podcast, but I would have no idea how to contact. You probably have to contact like an agent and like deal with all that Hollywood nonsense that's basically dying. Yeah, pictures used to be called portraits. Yeah, see, everybody's like, hold on. I'm going to ask ChatGPT. Is it the portrait of Dorian Gray or the picture of Dorian Gray? What? Oh, wait. Yeah, it says you might occasionally hear people say the portrait of Dorian Gray because the story centers on a painted portrait, but the official title of Oscar Wilde's novel is The Picture of Dorian Gray, first published in 1890, expanded in 1891. I mean, it could also just simply be that people are just call it the portrait, even though that's not the official title. Yeah, I think we'd. I mean, who knows? I'll pop over and see if Dano will come on. Interesting. I mean, picture. I think is just more general term. Portrait is a very specific term. Wow. Yeah, portrait. I mean, even today, if I were writing something like that, I would call it portrait. I wouldn't call it picture. Well, it was penned in the 1890s, something like that. So is the moon within or outside of the firmament? You're not going to get me on the firmament stuff. I think there's actual planets out there. Oh, typos. I got it. AI is getting scary smart. Yeah, late 1800s for sure. 19th century author. So this was just up the Derp with Kerp with Giorgiani. When they talked about my channel, what were they talking about? Like what? Like how did I come up? Sorry, not to. I mean, I don't mean. I'm making it about me. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it out loud. I'm very curious because it is surreal. It's just very surreal. No, I definitely don't think there's dragons flying out in the vacuum of space. Definitely not. Yeah, I'm getting old though. Definitely getting older. Oh, so Giorgiani was on the Derp with Kerp, who's Kurt Metzger, basically. Kurt Metzger is a comedian who is often on the Joe Rogan podcast because he's a comedian and he, works at the Comedy Store and all that good stuff. So the channel was he mentioned the channel again on the show when he was talking to Giorgiani, and he couldn't remember my name. So Giorgiani said, Sean Patrick Hazlett. Giorgiani did me a solid. Okay, so Philip P. Blair is saying education is an admirable thing, but it is well to remember from time to time that nothing that is worth knowing can be taught. That's definitely fair. My soothing voice. I don't know. I don't know if it's soothing, but yeah. I don't hear any owls yet, but now's around the time that they come out. I mean, it's not really the time. It's like I can't. It's just the right lighting because they'll come out later if it's more light or depending on what time of season it is. Giorgiani was convinced I'm a space Yahtzee elite. Oh boy. Okay. So Gray Owl saying they are and can absolutely be flying around out there. If it was a realized word true, they would not understand the code of reality. And no space, no planets. Owl. Oh, Tim Beck says Kerp was well, Kerp. Add ×5 all over interrupting. Can't remember which subject matter was discussed. Okay, that's accurate. It's like ADD on meth is Kerp. It's just ADD on meth. If somebody has ADD, if somebody had ADD and you gave him like a tub of meth and he snorted all of it, that's basically the speed at which. I mean, it's just like just constant distraction, constant. It's hilarious, it's brilliant, but it's just like you gotta buckle up, put your seatbelt on, and you got to get ready for a ride. So Gray Owl said, I made some discoveries into a deeper layer of this. I'm not going to say that word because God knows what YouTube will do, but code stuff. Yep. All right. I think that we doing on time. All right, we got like 4 minutes left because I got to record another video for. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay, ADD times 5. Yeah. Sorry, I just read add. Like, yeah, correct. All right, it's so whack with the code of reality stuff though, because it's easier to simply think that the mind has gone off the deep end. Indeed. Yeah, Ferrari with no brakes. Correct. All right, we got 3 minutes left, folks. Sorry to I'm not trying to cut it short or anything, but there's just, I got to record something and shortly. So what else? What else are we doing? No dinosaurs, just dragons out in the ether. Sort of. In some dimension, it's Sunday. Oh, there's like a bug on my screen now. Okay. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. All right, so I need to watch the Kerp with Derp. Or the Derp with Kerp. Whatever. I gotta watch. I guess there's a Giorgiani episode, so I'll probably just cut it, share it on Twitter. But I like Kerp's style. It's just like ADD on motor oil. Yeah, well, I mean, we're not even solid objects. We're just we're like 99.9999% empty space. So that's why General Stubblebine believed he could phase through walls, or was trying to phase through walls. Yes, name drops are very, very good. And Giorgiani once again did me a solid. His episodes did amazing too. So we're definitely going to bring him back. I just want to put some distance so that it has maximal impact. Oh boy, found out recently that the archangels are actually the fallen ones. Well, that's what Giorgiani would say, I think. The Saturn moon matrix is an interesting topic. Mermaid Moxie says. I'll have to look into that. It's really, really nutty looking. Huh. All right, one more minute, folks. One more minute. Not that I'm on a timeline or anything, but I am on a timeline. So I have to be ruthless about that. I mean, I'll play music for like 10 minutes, but that's as I'm getting ready for other things. Okay. Yeah, I did a whole episode on the Saturn Black Cube. Yep. So, yeah, the Saturn Black Cube. Amita Muscaria with saliva. What? Gray and spiritual, Tim Beck says. All right. I got to go. But once again, it's always a pleasure talking to everyone. Have an amazing rest of your week. Have an amazing Christmas, holidays, Festivus for the rest of us, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, happy, all that stuff. So, oh boy, I'm getting inundated. All right, cheers, everyone. But I'll see you obviously every Saturday through that whole period, so there'll be more time for all this stuff. So, good night. God bless. See you all this Saturday.